I promise you, you will come out of this video you feeling empowered, because that is my goal, for you guys to feel encouraged that though you may have failed, it is not where you stop. Failure is a dress rehearsal to success. And here is my story.
You're too faithful to fail me. You're too faithful to disappoint me. You've proven yourself in my life, and I've come to realize you're too faithful to fail me.
Yes, indeed, God is too faithful to fail me. Welcome to Beccabangsmotives, where my motive is for people to always stay up and never down. So most of you guys may be tuning into this specific video because maybe you failed out of nursing school, or you are thinking about failing out of nursing school, or you are like 0.1% from failing out of nursing school, or just failing a specific class and you feel like you cannot do it. You feel like this is just it for you and you just feel devastated, or you just already failed out and you just don't know what to do, where to go. And trust me, been there, done that. This video is specifically going to talk about overcoming failure in nursing school and how I became successful. Now I'm almost 2 years into being a registered nurse. Whew, that sounds great. First of all, thank you for tuning into this video, and I promise you, even though this video is going to be long because I'm going to start from the beginning to the end, I promise you, you will come out of this video you feeling empowered, because that is my goal, for you guys to feel encouraged that though you may have failed, it is not where you stop. Failure is a dress rehearsal to success. First off, this video is way overdue. So many people have been asking me, how did I do it? How did I overcome obstacles in nursing school? And how did I do it? And having to fail out of nursing school and start all over. Yes, I had to start all over, including taking the T's all over again, taking some specific classes all over again. I was already into nursing school. I was already in semester. I got in, I started, and it was just devastated. It was the worst feeling ever. I cannot imagine anyone going through what I went through. It's not a good feeling. I cried for days. I stayed in my room. I didn't talk to anybody. It's just something that you work so hard for, and you finally start, and then boom, you fail out. And you feel like you're not smart enough. You feel dumb. You feel like you're not fit to be a good nurse. But let me tell you, most people that have failed out of nursing school, or failed NCLEX, or is not successful the first round, they actually are one of the best nurses around. They actually are, because they have failed, they know what it feels like to fail, and they are really good at their job. They have compassion for what they do, and they have a great heart for people. That's me. Wait to the end. First off, I'm going to start by introducing myself and tell you a little bit about myself and my background into education. My name is Beccabangsmotives, but I go for Becca Bangs on all my social media. I was born and raised in Sierra Leone, West Africa, and I came to America when I was about 9.5, going on 10 years old. So nursing was something that I wanted to do since I was a little girl. It's not something that was forced on me. It's not something that was pushed on me. I personally love people. I love taking care of people. I just love talking to people. It's just something that I love, and I love giving back. And one of the main reasons why I started this channel in the first place was because of this story that I'm going to say, because I wanted to reach out to people that have failed out of nursing school, or medical school, or engineering school, or any school in general that you have failed out, and you believe that you cannot do it no more. You believe that you are just a failure. I'm here to tell you again, failure is a dress rehearsal to success, and do not stay down. You may feel down right now. It may hurt. You may cry. Let it out. Cry if you have to, feel down if you have to, but don't stay down for too long. You gotta get back up and keep going. So that is mostly my motive, and my YouTube channel is based on nursing school is based on God, it's based on relationship, it's based on, it's a lot, it's all in one. But my story is, I'm going to start from way back with my general ed classes. As most of you guys know, general ed classes actually is not even easy. It's actually the first step on becoming a nurse, and it's where people actually start saying, I can't do this, this is not for me, this is too hard, and I can't achieve this, I can't get into nursing school no matter what. And people fail. Most people that I know that started nursing, they actually start failing from their general ed classes, and they fail to continue. I'm here to tell you that I actually failed some general ed classes, and I became and I still was able to get into nursing school. I was still able to become successful, and now I'm a registered nurse. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Let me start by saying, with the general ed, I started taking anatomy, and I had to drop anatomy the first time I took it because it was just so hard, and it was still new to me because I just freshly came from high school, so it was really hard. But I didn't stop there. I didn't give up. I didn't let anatomy stop me from my dream. Even though I was far away from even getting admitted to nursing school, I didn't let that stop me. So I dropped anatomy twice. Yes, twice. If I can show you my transcript, you'll see that I have 2 W's in anatomy. But the second time that I took it, I actually got an A because I worked hard for it. Then, funny thing is, physiology. I took physiology 3 times. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say it. I took physiology 3 times. During the time I was taking physiology, I was in a relationship that was just wearing me down. I was young. I thought I was in love, but I was just so emotionally drained from that, and I was not too focused on physiology, and I had to take physiology all over. But luckily, my instructor was going to give me a C, but I spoke to him and said, I don't want a C. This is what I want to do. I want to be a nurse, and go ahead and give me this. Go ahead and give me a filling, and I will retake. I will definitely go ahead and retake physiology. I retake physiology. Now 3.5 years have passed. I've taken all my general ed classes. I even took some classes that are good for university. But my goal was just to get into nursing school, and any nursing school that would accept me. Due to my failure that I had an F in physiology, and it still stayed an F even though I retook the class. Just the F was still there. So I was worried that I was not going to get into, but I did not give up. I had faith in God, and I believed that God was going to see me through and direct me to the right path. And yes, indeed, He did. And luckily, yes, God was so good that I applied to several community college. I got into 2, but I chose 1 community college, and I was so excited. I chose this college. This is one of the community college in Los Angeles, California, and I started nursing school. Before I started nursing school, yes, I faced another obstacle. So one of the obstacles that I faced was the TEAS test. So I had to take the TEAS, and luckily, God is so good. God is a miracle working God, that when I took the TEAS, the first time I took the TEAS, I think God knew I was going to fail that test. I think God knew I was going to fail that test. So during the TEAS, there was an earthquake. Yeah, crazy, right? There was an earthquake that caused all of us, while we were taking the test, we had to step out of the building and, go outside. And my result came back after the test that I failed. So I had the opportunity for that test not to be counted against me. So I took a whole month. I studied my butt off. I went on YouTube. I did everything possible to do to pass that test. And I took the test, and I passed. Even though I didn't start it in spring, I started in fall. I started nursing school. Can you imagine starting nursing school? You're so excited. You tell the whole world. You post it on social media that you're going to start nursing school. You tell your whole family. Everyone is rooting for you. So excited. And boom. First semester came. And it's sad to say I did not finish that program. I was one of the ones that failed out of that program. Yes. How did I fail? Well, the thing is, I passed most of my classes, but I failed the ATI fundamental exam. And my school during the time, they used ATI as a way of failing or passing. So if you failed during the ending of the semester, if you failed that specific subject, you would not continue the program. OMG, I failed that. So just imagine going through nursing school and not even finishing the very first semester. I felt like the dumbest person in the world. I felt so dumb. I was so ashamed of myself. I was so ashamed of telling my family. Here I am, told the whole entire world about me entering nursing school, and then I failed. I didn't even finish the program. I was devastated. I cried for days. And I know that's how some of you guys are feeling right now if you're watching this video. There was no way for me. I didn't have nowhere to be comforted. I just felt down. I felt like I was a failure, and I was depressed for a couple of weeks, and I was sad, and I think I didn't eat that whole day. I didn't sleep. It was just, I felt like what I've worked for so long, that took me, first of all, my general ed took me at least 3.5 years to even accomplish, and boom, I failed out, which led me to having to start all over. I know how you feel. Been there, done that. I know how you feel. I don't even wish that on my worst enemy, even though I don't even have a worst enemy, but I don't wish that on nobody. Like, it is not a good feeling to work so hard for something, you start and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then boom, you failed. Okay? So one day after filling out of nursing school, I went to YouTube. I didn't see no videos about anyone filling out of nursing school. I didn't see anything to comfort me. I was just so depressed. So I was watching TVN, and one preacher by the name of Charles, I will never forget. He was talking about failing. He was talking about not giving up. He was talking about keep on going and not letting your failures stop you from accomplish the goal that you want in life. Not letting nothing stop you from getting what you want. And trust me, becoming a registered nurse was something that I've wanted since I was little. And it's not because of the money, even though the money is great. It's because I absolutely love people. I care for people. And my goal in life was to take care of people. And I have nurses all around me. So it's not a good feeling. And I was so sad or depressed. I listened to that message. Then my grandmother took me out on a date to a Chinese restaurant. And the Chinese restaurant, there was a fortune cookie. And the fortune cookie said, failure is a dress rehearsal to success. Yes. I wish I had that paper. I had it somewhere. I packed it somewhere. And I don't know what happened to that little fortune cookie stuff, because I told myself I would never throw it away. And I did not throw it away. I kept that little fortune cookie quote on my wall to remind me every day that I'm not a failure. Though I have failed nursing school the first time, I am not a failure. This is not where I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on striving. No matter how many times I fail, I'm going to keep pushing, because this is what I want. Like I said, I already failed some general eds back then, so this is nothing for me to say that I cannot do it. I can do it. It just takes me hard work, determination, and to keep on going. So that's exactly what I did. I started looking into schools, and luckily I went into one private school one day. Just I'm like, okay, let me look into this school. Great school, by the way. If you want information on the school that I went to, you can send me an email. It's in Los Angeles, California. It's a university. It's a private school. So it's not West Coast. No offense. But most people know West Coast more than my school. People don't really know much about my school, but it's a great school. So I went to this specific school, and mind you, God is so good. I went to this specific school, and the first girl that I met, she, literally, this is a miracle. The first girl that I met was a black girl. She was coming out of the building, and I asked her, I was like, hey, can you tell me about your school? I'm really sad right now. I just dropped out of a nursing program, and I have to start all over. I have to plan myself to take general eds again, and plan myself to take some classes again, and because some classes were almost about to expire. That girl had also came from the same school that I went to, and also failed out of that school, that specific school. I was like, wow, this is the school for me that God wants me to go to. So I apply. They look into my transcript, and they counted some of my classes, and they even counted pharmacology, so I didn't have to take pharmacology all over. And luckily, praise be to God, I got into that school, and I became successful, and I did graduate from that nursing program. Now, specifically, I will post another video on how I became successful, what I did, what I changed, how I study. But the crazy part about it is that same school also had the ATI, where in order for you to go to the next level, you also have to pass ATI. So I had to face my fears. I had to face ATI. I had to face, like, you know what? I can do this. I study like crazy. Like, literally, I didn't have no boyfriend, nothing to distract me from becoming a registered nurse. I stayed focused. That 2.5 years, I really stayed focused. And the good thing that happened is, not only was I going to get my degree, I was in a school where it was a bachelor program. So I came from a school where it was an associate degree. I would end up with an associate degree. And I went to a school where I would end up with a bachelor. So I look back into my life and my nursing journey, and see that though I did not became successful my first time around, I got something better than what I was going to get out of the first nursing program. I had my bachelor degree, where I did not think that my goal was just to get into a nursing program. It wasn't to get my bachelor degree, but I graduated with my bachelor degree. Wow. It was a great feeling. And though I have to study hard and long, I believe what I went through is not only for me, but also for other people to understand, and to be motivated, to be pushed, because nursing is not easy in general. Even as a nurse right now, as a registered nurse, it's not easy. You really have to know what you're doing. People's lives are in your hands. You have to know a lot of stuff. And for me to fail out of nursing school, I felt like I was stupid. And I was not. I graduated with community college with my AA degree, and most of my classes, after some of the general eds, most of my classes I had A's and B's, and I was a perseverance student. I always pushed myself. I did not let my failures stop me from becoming successful. I did not let my failures stop me from achieving my goal. I did not let nothing stop me from doing what I want to do in life. And looking back, I'm so grateful to God. I believe God put me through what I went through, not because He didn't love me, not because He didn't care, but because He had something better for me. If I would have finished my first program, I would have graduated with my associate degree, not my bachelor. So I know some of you may be feeling devastated, but if I can do it, you can do it too. It's not easy. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. It's going to take work. Some people went through nursing school and got divorced. Some people went through nursing school dealing with death in their family. Some people had to fill out of nursing school due to sickness. It's not easy, but however, if I can do it where I failed, you can do it too. Not only did I graduate nursing school, but I graduated nursing school with a 3.4. I was 0.1% from graduating with honors. I'm still mad at myself for not graduating with honors. I think I will still hold that against myself for not graduating with honors, because I had all A's and B's in nursing school. And from a failure to all A's and B's, it's something that I can't keep this story to myself. I have to tell people that if I can do it, you can do it too. It takes patience. It takes believing in yourself. It takes the heart. If this is what you want, if you care so much for people, if you love people and you see yourself taking care of people, do not give up on your dream. Do not give up on your dream. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but do not give up. And my story is beautiful because I believe that so many people have failed, but they are afraid to say what they want to say. They're afraid to, express how they failed. You only see on social media the success of most people. You don't really see, you hardly see, you see few people that talk about failing out of nursing school or having to start all over. And I'm not ashamed of that. Though my video is late, I should have post this video right after nursing school. I believe that somebody can be touched by this. You can do it. Trust me, I know how you feel. You can do it. And I'm not the only one that went through this. So many students have failed out of nursing school. And they feel like they can't do it. They give up. They settle for less, or they start doing something else that it's not really something that they want to do. They have the heart to be a nurse, but because of circumstances or because of issues of failing that, they don't continue. And I don't ever want that to be you. I don't ever want you to look at your life and say, what if? At least try. Don't ever feel like, what if I would have tried harder? You don't ever want to live your life regretfully not doing what you always wanted to do. No matter how long it took you. It took me 7 years to be a registered nurse. Since I graduated high school, it took me 7 years to be a registered nurse. Due to my failures, due to my general eds dropping, due to me dropping out of nursing school, having to start all over, it took me 7 years. I started college to become a nurse at the age of 19. I finished at the age of 26. So I'm not saying that it's gonna be an easy road, but what I'm saying is it can be a straight road if you stay focused. Now, after I graduated nursing school, I started reaching out to nursing students. I started encouraging people. I started having some nursing student as my I started precepting some nursing students and also being their mentor. I started mentoring some nursing students because I don't want to ever see someone fail out of something that they love to do and they feel like they can't do it. You fail when you officially give up and never go back. But you never fail if you get up and keep going, and you fail, you get up and keep going. You did not fail. When you fail one class, that's just a dress rehearsal to say, you know what? Let me put my big boy panties up, my big girl panties up. I can do this. It's just one stepping stone to becoming successful. And my story is amazing because though I failed and I had to be held back and it took me so long, I took NCLEX one time and I passed with 75. And I will be the first person to tell you that when I took NCLEX, I was confident that I passed because I studied my butt off, and there was no way if I passed with 70, if my cutoff was 75, there was no way I failed. I knew I passed. No, I was that confident. I was that confident in myself. I was that confident in God. And two, took NCLEX I applied to one job and I got it. One job, and this job was one of the top, it's one of the top companies in California, the top paying companies in California. One time, I went to one interview as a new grad, I got the job. And out of my job that I got, 500 applicants applied to this position. 500 people applied to this position. And out of that 500 applicants that applied to this position, 30 people were chosen to be interviewed. And out of that 30 people that was chosen to be interviewed, there were only 10 that was chosen for the position of a registered nurse, new grad program. Can you believe? My God is so amazing that out of that 10, I was one of the 10 that was chosen. And even though I had some trials and issues with being a new grad, all of that stuff, that video will come out later. I'm proud to say that I became successful, and as a new grad nurse, it wasn't easy either, but I look back and said I don't regret anything that I went through, because what I went through in life made me into a stronger nurse. I cherish my degree. I cherish my career. I love what I do. I love taking care of people. It's such a rewarding feeling. Even though it has its bad days, bad time, it's such a rewarding feeling. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Yes, indeed, God is too faithful to fail you. So it's okay to be down, but don't stay down too long. You gotta get back up and keep going. If I can do it, you can do it too. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you feel touched. I hope you feel encouraged. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting some nursing content, nursing school stuff, and also some encouragement to uplift people, some empowerment to uplift one another, empowerment to keep on going. I would also talk about relationships there as well. If I can do it, you can do it too. It's not easy, I know. I know you feel devastated. I know you probably feel like it's the end of the world. I know you feel like a failure. You feel you let yourself down. But I'm here to tell you that you did not. And no matter how long it takes you, keep on going. I am a registered nurse now, working at one of the top hospitals. And I recently started doing traveling nursing, and I love it. I'm taking care of myself, I'm pretty independent, and I don't regret nothing that I went through, because whatever I went through in life made me into a better and successful woman today. You have a great day. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Stay blessed. And remember, our motives to life is we are never down, we are always up. So stay up. Thank you. Bye.